So, hi everyone, this is Suraj here. Today we explain common table expression in SQL Server. That's simplified called CET. CET, common table expression. Common table expressions. Okay. So let's take clearly about. Okay. So first, let's take first step. What is CET? CET. What is the common table expression? Okay. So a CET is a temporary result set. CET is a temporary result set that you that that you can use insert, select, insert, update, or delete. Okay, delete statements we can use it. Okay, so basically what they have do it's make so what is the benefit? It make complex query more readable, more structured, and easier to maintain. Okay, so let's take some basic syntax. Go step 2. Some basic syntax. Okay, so let's go with basic syntax. So in SQL we use some with keyword with CET name as inside open bracket we use the query like select column 1, column 2 from table, and we also apply the where condition. Okay, just close the bracket, and this is a CET common table expression we have created, and after that we can use any expression like select insert update delete etc. So select asterisk from CET table, common table expression names. Okay, so this is query, and we can use anything about that. So important. Let's take some important part. It start with keyword. It start with. Okay, and it exists only the for the query. Only for that query. This is available only for that query, and it's not permanently stored like table. Not stored. Not permanently stored like table. Common table expression. Temporary result set. Okay. So let's go with simple example. So suppose we have employee table. Suppose we have employee table. Okay. So what they have some query use like with high salary. High salary employee as inside select ID, name, salary from employee where salary is greater than 5,000, 15,000. Okay, and then close it. After we can use select a star from high salary employee. They can return it. Okay. So what happening inside? So inside, okay. So in first step, CET fields filter employee, filters employee. Okay, and then step two, main main query select from CET, select from CET. So this is happening inside. So cleaner right nested substitution. So CET. So what happening? Cleaner than nested subsequent. This is more cleaner than nested subqueries. So it's just alternative. You can also say subquery alternative of subqueries with more benefits. Okay. So why we use? Okay. So let's go in step four. Why use CTE instant of subquery? So this is a question why we use. So without CET, what happens? We need to use select star from, then open bracket, then we use select ID, name, salary from employee with where salary is greater than 50,000 as temp. So this is a normal without CET. We use subquery. Okay. So what happened in CET? When we use CET, so what happened? This is more readable and easier to debug. Easier to debug and reuse with the same query. Use with same query. These weekend benefits have we have. So let's go with recursive CET. Recursive CET. Step 5. Recursive CET. This is very important. Okay. So CET can also be recursive. Used for hierarchical data, organization structure, organizational structure, and pre-child relationship, parent-child relationship. Parent-child relationship and categorize. Okay. Example: employee manager hierarchy. In employee manager hierarchy. Okay. So what that's mean? So let's create an example like with employee hierarchy. Employee hierarchy as anchor. There are some anchors like select ID name, manager ID. From employee, employees, where manager ID is null. Okay, and then we apply the union null. Then we use recursive part. These are the recursive parts. So what we use select e dot id, e dot name, and e dot manager ID from employee e. They have inner join. Employee hierarchical employee hierarchical on e dot manager ID is equal to e dot id. These are create hierarchy. And then we use select a star from employee hierarchy. Employee hierarchy. So how that is work? So the anchor query start the hierarchy. Anchor query, they have start the hierarchy, and recursive query keeps joining child records. Keeps joining child record and stop when no more refer to found. Okay, so these are recursively happen. The manager ID to employee ID they connect it. Then it's make hierarchy. Okay, so let's compare with CTE versus timetable. Common table expression versus timetable. Okay, so what is CT? CT have temporary for one query, temporary for one query, not stored physically. Good for readability. Okay, so what happened in timetable? They have stored in TempDB, stored in TempDB, and can be reused multiple times. Better for larger data sets sometimes. This is better for larger. Sometimes they are better for larger data types. Sometimes. Okay, so let's go step 7. Key main point. Let's check the main info. So a common table, a common table expression CTE is a temporary named is temporary named result set. Okay, in SQL Server. SQL Server defined using the with keyword with clause used for simplification complex query. Used for basically simplify complex query and support recursive. This happens inside. The support recursive operations. When we use CET, so let's take a step. When we use CTE, so use queries complex. You need recursive logic. You want better readability, and you want cleaner structure than nested subquery. Okay, so let's take final tips. So CT improve clarity, but performance depends on execution plan. That depends on execution plan, not just some syntax. Always check execution plan for optimization. For optimization, this is all about. So let's define everything 101. So the topic is common table expression. So what is it? So basically, common table results is this is a temporary result set that we can use select, insert, update, or delete statement. It make complex query more readable, more structured, easy to maintain. So basic syntax we have with with CET name as open bracket inside the column. Select column 1, column 2 from table name where condition we applied it. And then we use it as it is we want. Select star from CET name. So let's take important part. It start with keyword. It ex, it it exists only for the that query, not permanently stored like a table. So simple example we take. Suppose we have employee table. So with high salary employee as select ID name salary from employee where we apply select salary is greater than 15k. So and then we use select star from high salary. So what happening? CET first filter employees and in second step main query select from CET. They have cleaner nested subquery views. Why use CET instead of subquery? So without CET we use select star from open bracket, select ID names inside the subquery statement, close it, and then we use as temp. CET is more readable, easier to debug, reuse with same query. So we recursive CET, very important we have it. CET also can be recursive, used for high hierarchical data, organizational structure, parent-child relationship, and categorization. Example, employee manager hierarchy. With employee hierarchy, let's select anchor. Select ID, name, manager ID from employee, where manager ID is null. Okay, this is a admin we have. Inside every admin they have manager. Like recursive part we can use with union. Select ID, e.id, e.name, e.manager ID from employee. Inner join employee hierarchical EH on employee on e.manager ID is equal to e.id. They connected it to each other. Then we select start from employee hierarchy. How it works. So anchor query start with the hierarchy. Recursive query keep joining children records. Stop when no more records found. First record come, they select all child which related to that parent. So CT versus temp table. CT is basically temporary for one query. not stored physically and good for readability. Temporary table, what they do, stored in temporary database. Can use multiple times and better for larger data set sometimes they have. Okay, so let's take main information. A common table expression CET is a temporary named result set in SQL Server defined using with class, used for simplify complex query and support recursive operation. When we CET use query as a complex, you need recursive logic, you want better readability, and you want cleaner structure than nested subquery. Final tip: CET is improved clarity, but performance depends on execution plan, not just syntax. Always check execution plan for optimization. That is it about it. Thank you.